Okay, so welcome back to another one of the backtesting videos. Now, I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I thought, let's do one today. Let's, carry on and finish the year of backtesting so we can look through the full results and essentially see if it's worth, continuing to backtest over more in a year to see, if there's something we could implement into our prop firm strategy. That would be really nice. So without further ado, let's get onto the charts and begin our backtesting. Okay, so we are back on the charts and we are going to see if we can get any more trades to build up the data for this strategy. So obviously it's pretty obvious what we're doing now, for the strategy. I've spoken about this many times. That's going to be no trade. I've spoken about this many times about how I'm sort of looking to improve this strategy and sort of build it over time. And we're so far from what I'm seeing data wise, we are seeing some positive results in terms of what would make profit and not. Now, obviously, it's been a little while since we've done one of these videos, so as kind of a reminder, while we get stopped out there, as a reminder, essentially what we're doing is looking to see if the candle that breaks the high or low essentially closes above or below the wick in that high. So let me show you a better example. There's gonna be no trade that day. Let me find one that actually would make sense, and then I can show you what I mean. So let's see. So yeah, so we get a break above the high. Now, as you can see, the highest wick in that high is this candle here, and the candle that breaks the structure is this one here. And where's it close? Above. So that's a good sign, or potentially a good sign. It may, obviously, as I say, we don't know what the year is going to finish like. It may even out and be a complete waste of time, and that is why we don't want to, go over the top and do more years than we need to. If it's something that actually isn't going to make a difference. Has that tagged us in? Yeah, so we got tagged in there and we got stopped out. So we can mark that down as another loss. Because also with the way that like momentum works, it could very much be a case that, it's not actually a good sign, and it's just a case of, oh, well, when there's more volatility in the market, it will probably, cause that. So that's one thing I would say. Now, this technically has, so we will have to take it. If that makes sense. So it might not be that there's an edge there. It might just be the case that that's just what happens when there's, more volatility, as opposed to actually, giving me an edge or meaning there's an edge there. So that's what we're looking to see essentially from this. So that was just an unfortunate news spike there. But again, we'll put that in and then carry on. So that is a break, and that is a close below the wick. So again, this would be, if my theory is correct, this would be a good setup to take, but we need to obviously see if that is the case. Now, I don't think we're going to get the trade here, and that's 12 there. So yeah, no trade. We go to the next session. So let's see. And we just need to make sure we don't accidentally skip past November. There's going to be no trade that day. Okay. And that is a break and close below. And that is a close below the wick. So again, another valid setup for the strategy. And we're going to go short here. And we're tagged in. And that is another loss. So interesting to see how the markets were back in 2025, and that was actually a December's trade, so we don't need to do that there. We need to delete that, put December in, and now we need to work out November win and loss. So let's do that now. Okay, so as you can see, I put in November's total there now. So we'd be down 1% less than we would, you know, on the normal one. So, you know, although we still lost, it was interesting to see, but we now have December to trade. So let's see what happens with December, what we get, and then go from there. So that's going to be no setup that day. Move on. That is a break of the high and a close above. So again, valid setup to take, matching what we are looking to see. So let's see if this wins. Okay, I don't think that's going to come back down, is it? Is that? No, it's not quite hit. So one of the rules I have where if price goes too far, so like that, where it's already hit my target before coming back, that's not then valid, because essentially price has already gone there. Why would it want to come back and then go back there again? Do you know what I mean? So so we do get a break above, but we don't break above the wick. So this would be a setup. However, this would not be one that I would take if I was trading the new sort of format, shall we say. So let's see if this this plays out. Don't think that tagged this in. No, it didn't. And again, if it goes to our target, then we don't take the trade. So we're tagged in. And that's going to be an unfortunate loss there. Broke to the high and then it sold off, but you know, that is absolutely fine. So let's put this in as one that didn't fit the strategy. Let's go to the next session now. See what happens. Don't think we're going to get a setup today. Nope, no setup. Next one. Don't think there's a setup there. Nope. Next one. Okay, there is a trade there. That's broken and closed above, so that would be a valid one if we get tagged in. This would be a valid trade. Let's mark it on. Okay, it might go to target before it tags us in. So we will see. We will see. Again, got to adjust it slightly just so it fits. Tagged in and a loss. So end of the year has been pretty tricky. I don't think we've won a trade yet. We're down 6% on the video, which is not ideal. But you know, that's fine. Still profitable on the year. So what can we say? Let's carry on. And that is a break and close below. So this might not be as valid of a trade, but it is a valid one regardless. And we do get stopped out. Was that one valid? Yeah, it was. It's a weird month, December, actually, where it will break structure a lot of the time, but then continue in the opposite direction, which, you know, you don't really see happen too much. Or I haven't seen happen as much the start or this half of this new year. So that's interesting to see, but you know, it is what it is. This is not a valid trade in the sense that we haven't broken above. But let's see. So we get tagged in there. Let's see if we can get to TP here. So we do hit TP there for 3%. So let me just make sure. Yeah, we didn't close above, so that's one of those. Next session. Probably no trade that day. And probably no trade this day as well with the way that that's moving. Yeah, we're not gonna have a trade that day. See if we have trade today. We do get a break below, so that is valid. So let's see if this wins. Need to adjust it again. So one annoying thing with backtesting this strategy is every candle that pushes away from you like that, you then have to readjust to make sure you get the actual entry, because you know it's gonna move about. So let's do that. There we go. And let's see if we get tagged in before 12. Oh, wow. The news wasn't even till later. So fair enough. Something must have happened. Trump must have said something. Not much we can do about that one. Pretty brutal candle there. But we carry on. Okay, we're gonna have no trade there. Let's see. No trade there. Ooh. Let's keep going. Again, no trade there. As we start to get into sort of the Christmas period now, this is Christmas Eve, it's going to get less and less most likely. That is valid trade. So let's go ahead and put this in. So being tagged in. And that is a loss. Go to the next session. It's Christmas Day, there's just no point. Boxing Day, I doubt we're gonna get too much. Yeah, no trades. 29th. No, no trades. 30th. No trade there. 31st. Well, that is a trade. Didn't think we'd get one on New Year's Eve. But there we go. See if it wins. Oh, it's pushing quite heavily away. Let's adjust it. Let's see. Obviously, you can't enter after 12. And that's another loss. Go, and I think there we go. So we've reached the end there. So let's go ahead and just work out December, and then we can do the total stats. Okay, so as you can see, with the wicks we returned 10%. and if you didn't do it with the wick strategy, you returned 6%, minus 6%, sorry. And the normal strategy that I currently trade at the moment returned 4%. So what I'm looking at here is an additional 6% over a year, which doesn't sound like a much, but this beats the market more or less. That doesn't. So it might be worth looking into further. So I think this is something I'm going to keep testing and maybe do another year of. Maybe I'll do 2024 just to see, or maybe we do a bit of 2026 just to see. But it's interesting and the results are interesting, so it's definitely something to continue taking a look at, which we will do. So I hope you found that video useful, seeing how I backtest and go through data like that. So we're going to keep testing this, see what happens. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.